Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And thank you for joining us this morning for our Sunday meditation at Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. So today's meditation is connecting with soul and being the witness in our meditation, our inner witness. So I invite you now to sit straight with head, neck, and spine in alignment. If you're in a chair, both feet flat on the floor. And slowly close your outer eyes. Place your hands on your lap or on your thighs and begin taking in a slow, deep breath through the nose, filling your lungs. Hold for a second or two and then release fully. Let's repeat this 3 times. Slow, deep breaths to calm and center yourself. Noticing the cool air entering your nostrils and the warm air leaving them on the exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel your body starting to relax into this moment now. Bring your entire attention to your relaxed body. Keep it very still. Continue steady breathing. You may notice thoughts that are initiated by you rise up. It's okay. Stay calm. Refocus your attention on your breathing. Watch the thoughts stream out in front of you with as much detachment as you would watch the flow of traffic outside your window. Allow them to pass through your mind without your active engagement in them. In this way, they will taper off by themselves. These thoughts have nothing to do with me in this moment now. I am the changeless, inner witness of my mind's chatter. Now shift your attention away from your breathing to be a witness to the breath coming in and leaving your body. This witnessing you is the real you, the soul, the silent inner observer of all that goes on in your body and mind. Your body and mind belong to your ever-changing lower personality self. The condition and appearance of your body changes from day to day. Your feelings and moods change throughout the day, and your thoughts change every few seconds. Your soul, your higher self, remains unchanged while being silent witness to all the changes in your lower self. Your personality is not who you really are. It is a temporary identity that is associated with your particular body and mind. However fabulous, it isn't who you are. Just as the various conditions and circumstances of your life are not who you are, your inner God stuff is so much more. Continue taking slow, deep breaths. In your mind's eye, picture your body in the various stages of your life. As an infant, a preschooler, a child of 10 years, a teenager, an adult, up until this present time. Until this moment now, like clothing that you've worn, are wearing, the soul has taken on this body and is expressing through it, through every moment from your first breath until your last. Now take a sweeping look at every decade of your life up until now. As you flip through the reels, notice what experiences stand out in your mind. As you look back, notice that there is an I that remains unchanged through the countless inner and outer changing experiences of your life. A constant I, embedded within as a God seed, the magnificent essence of eternal spirit living you every moment. This I is present right here, breathing you right now. This is the real you, the soul, the silent witness, unattached and untouched by all the experiences of your life. This you is the whole, perfect and complete of which we speak. Radiant soul, you are ageless. You are eternal. You are imperishable. You exist always and cannot die. Nothing can destroy you. Weapons cannot hurt you. Water cannot wet you. Wind cannot dry you. Fire cannot burn you. You are indestructible, immortal, pure consciousness. You are the I am that I am. You are as close to me as my very breath. For the remainder of this meditation, stay with the feeling of being the inner witness to your life. Try to sense the magnitude of your soul and its everlasting continuity. Continue slow, steady breathing of this life force. Breathe into the capital Y you that you are. Yes, yes, you are. bring your awareness back to the density of your body, holding on to that idea, that thought of the very thing that is living us being present at all times. And maybe as we go into this week of holiday hustle and bustle, we can hold an awareness and a consciousness of soul, even if it's for 15 seconds in a parking lot, to just turn within and touch that place that is timeless, touch that place that is whole, touch that place that is always enough. Thank you for joining us today for our meditation, and we hope that you'll stay tuned for our celebration service at 10:15. Thank you.
the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. I'm so very glad that you have chosen to join us today, whether you are here at the Point by Sheridan or you have invited us into your home. I'm very glad that we are together. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Rippelmeyer. We're part of a larger organization called the Center for Spiritual Living. Believe that there is one power and presence in the universe that is eternal and benevolent and everywhere and all creative energy that is everything that we see. It is that which created every spirit on us. Created because it is created, it is true. In fact, we have been using this creative ability throughout our lives for the years before. Sometimes we consciously, sometimes we unconsciously, but really the goal really on this spiritual path is to really begin to really be able to use it consciously in our lives, to create the lives that we absolutely love to live, to do this for ourselves and for each other. So we're very glad that you have chosen to join us today, to walk at least one day with us on our spiritual path. And I know that today is an absolutely amazing day, and that it flows with grace and ease from beginning to end. Now, we have a couple of announcements, and the first announcement is the first announcement of every new month, and that is our celebration of all of those who are celebrating a birthday in the current month, which of course is December. When did it become December? Woo! Is there anybody here in the room that has celebrating a birthday in December? Ah, happy birthday, Lisa. So while we would love to say, be able to speak your name into the room, we don't want to leave out even one single person off the list. So we're simply dedicating these lovely flowers today to everyone with a birthday in December. So see if this sounds like you. People born in December have a strong spiritual side. They have a firm belief in God and are quite dedicated to worshiping that presence in their lives. They are said to be caring and kind and compassionate towards others and will serve them selflessly. One of the most common qualities that you will find in every December-born person is that they prefer staying grounded to their roots. Irrespective of their success, December-borns are always down to earth. They believe in honesty is the best policy. For them, being honest is as important as breathing. December-born are said to be quite wise and intellects by default. They prefer analyzing all of the pros and cons before making a move. For them, making decisions in a hurry is something which they would never, ever do. They make a decision only when they are done with analyzing the entire situation in the first place and the possible consequences that may come about. They're no less than born teachers. When it comes to knowledge, December-borns believe in sharing knowledge with whomever they meet. They are themselves quite motivated and enjoy motivating others. If you have a December-born sibling or friend, you won't deny that these people love keeping their surroundings neat and clean. You won't find them living in a mess. Oh, Lisa's right now laughing. You know, there's always exceptions. There's always exceptions. Now, for that reason, these people are highly organized and plan each and every aspect of their schedule down to the minute. December-borns are always ready to give their opinion. And the truth is that they have strong opinions in almost every single subject matter there is. You will always find them discussing knowledgeable topics and trying to find solutions to almost every problem. Their love for their country is impeccable. If you know a December-born, you will never deny the fact that these people have immense love for the nation. They are said to be quite patriotic and have the utmost dedication to serve their country. So for all of you born in December, we see you, we know who you are,
We are grateful for you. We celebrate the day that you arrived on the planet and the day that you came to this center, and we love you. Happy birthday. Now, as we begin this new month, whose theme is community, I wanted to begin with a story. And the story you may have heard before, but it's the story of the magical stone soup. Apparently, a mysterious stranger comes into town, and he claims that he has a magical stone that you can cook soup with again and again and again. Everyone is really incredulous. But to prove it, he puts it in a pot of boiling water, and as the water is boiling, he declares, maybe some spices would make it just a bit better. So somebody goes and gets some spices. The bystanders are fascinated. Maybe some potatoes and some carrots would top it off just great. And the soup is just about done when the stranger says, maybe a bit of meat and some flour would just round off the experience really well. And so someone goes forth and gets those items, and it goes on and on like that. The villagers are amazed. The most wonderful soup is prepared, and they have a great feast together, enjoying and celebrating the magical stone soup. We all hunger in some ways. We sometimes think that we have too little, feeling scarcity in our lives. We forget that we are not alone, that there is a great reservoir of God's life, of substance. We all have ingredients to contribute in our lives, and in recreating the facets of our experience, we can all contribute. In this spiritual community, we all add the love, the humor, the insight, the wisdom, the creativity, and the passion. We each put our ingredients into the soup and are all fed and nourished. We all have arms to wrap around each other. This is community. This is our community. And so it is. I would now like to thank the lovely Michelle Love for her beautiful meditation that enlarged the container that our service will unfold within. Thank you very much, Michelle. And speaking of her, let's welcome her back to the podium.
Thank you, Dusty. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here this morning to celebrate all of this wonder that we are. As we wrap up our theme for the year of 2022, Living Everyday Wonder. And as Dusty said, our theme for the month of December is community. And her talk title today is Longing to Belong. I am now going to read this community's purpose statement. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives into being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. And so it is. So I invite you now to close your outer eyes and turn within, opening your heart and mind, allowing the healing sounds of the crystal bowls to simply wash through you.
for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this special ceremony we're going to do today. Please welcome Eileen and Lisa as they have so graciously volunteered to help us with our ceremony. Thank you so much. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, path of ultimate reality. And the Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the path of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. And science of mind and spirit is the path of the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love that resides at the center of all people and beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. And so it is. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Eileen. And so at this time, if you can close your outer eyes and open your inner eyes wide, and you recognize a familiar feeling, that knowing that is always there, that unconditional love that actually is beyond words. It is who and what breathes us, who and what we all are. It is always available. It is always here. It is always an amazing, unconditional love that goes beyond any words, any descriptions. It resides right within me, right within you, right within everyone, everywhere. And this presence that goes beyond words is always waiting for us, waiting for our acknowledgement, our acceptance, our opening up of this love that is bigger than what any of us can describe. And so I'm so grateful for knowing that I'm one with it and everyone here. I'm so grateful for all the people that contributed to this service here, for Reverend Dusty, for Heather, for Michelle, for Eileen, and for Sandy, and for Lisa, and absolutely everyone who contributed to this service today, and everyone that is here present. Also, for our music, Sandy, and for your consciousness and your vulnerability. I'm so grateful for your spirit here, and we release this and we say, and so it is. The reading for today is a prayer from Braving the Wilderness by Brené Brown. She says, true belonging is not passive. It's not the belonging that comes with just joining a group. It is not fitting in or pretending or selling out because it's safer. It is a practice that requires us to be vulnerable, get uncomfortable, and learn how to be present with people without sacrificing who we are. We want true belonging, but it takes tremendous courage to knowingly walk into hard moments. And at this moment, I introduce to you Sandy Hemingway.
Good morning, everyone. This is a song that my then wife Bobby and I wrote about 15 years ago. It's called "We Are One." In my heart, this I know, I can feel in my soul, you and I, forevermore, we are one. into our hearts. We are one. In the night, the wolves howl, and the hoot of the owl. Lonesome songs will travel far on the wing. Somewhere in the dark we know we are one. In the light of the day, when the night fades away, we will bask in the warmth of the sun. Though we cannot always see, we are one. When we set out in faith we find, when we can silence all the voices of our mind, we can see the truth that's real. Unity is what we feel. In my heart, this I know. I can feel in my soul, you and I, forevermore. We are one, even when we're far apart. We are Thank you.
That was absolutely beautiful, Sandy. I think that's the first time I've ever heard you sing that. That was really wonderful and absolutely perfect for today's talk. So I know that some of you have just walked in. Welcome to December. The theme of the month is community, and my talk title is Longing to Belong. Now, community is, basically thought of as a group of people who live in a particular geographical area. But even more than that, community is a group of individuals connected one to the other through one or more attributes. Even the etymology of the word supports this definition because the root and the suffix of the word community mean common unity. Now, we all belong to a number of different communities: families, friends, work communities, neighborhoods, and even spiritual communities. Now, we constantly move in and out of these communities depending upon the situation and the circumstances of our lives. For me, I believe that community is about growing and evolving with others. It's about being supported by others, or inspired by others, or lifted up or raised up by others. Community isn't a luxury, but it's something that is essential not only to our ability to survive, but to thrive. As human beings, we need a sense of belonging, and that sense of belonging is what connects us to many of the relationships and many of the communities that we choose to develop or to enter into. Belonging is the innate human desire to be a part of something that is greater than we are, larger than we are. It's a primal, fundamental need, much like our need for food or water or shelter. Now, belonging can be rooted in all kinds of experiences, such as with another person, or with a place, or a relationship, or a vocation, or an art, or a culture, or a particular religion. Now, it can be rooted in a family, or a neighborhood, or a state, or even a nation. In its most simplest form, belonging can be something as simple as just belonging to a gym, meaning that we get to use the equipment and the facilities. Or it could mean belonging to a particular health care organization, which means that we get to use their physicians and can be admitted into their hospitals. Now, last week I went to Fayetteville, Arkansas, to celebrate Thanksgiving with my brothers and my sister and their family, which included my sister-in-laws, my grandma and grandpa-in-laws, if that's such a thing, all of my nieces and nephews, of which there are 8, and their spouses and their families, and I have 3 great nephews, one of which was there for the dinner and for the celebration, and it's the first time I ever got to meet him, and his name is Abel. Now I know intellectually that I belong to this family, right? A DNA test would prove that beyond reasonable doubt. We share the same parents, and we share the same eyes and the same hands and the same feet, and truth be told, I share the same chest with my brothers. Why are you laughing? It's not funny. I get invited to all of their family events, and I get the link to join all their Zoom calls, and I participate in their multi-person text messages, most of which come in simply to me as numbers. I mean, who knows anybody's number anymore? So I don't always know exactly who I'm talking to, and all around this whole Thanksgiving celebration, there was 18 of us on that stream, that text stream. Now, but I believe that belonging is so much more. It's a deeper experience and a deeper connection. It's not just about getting something or about being invited to participate in something. It's more feeling something and experiencing something. Now, my family is close, but we don't always talk and we don't always get together. So often there's a number of years in between my visits. But despite those years, when I am with them, I have that sense of belonging. An experience of belonging that goes beyond the miles and beyond the years, an experience of belonging that is beyond the external similarities and the external differences, because we do have some differences. It's an experience of belonging that's filled with laughter and welcome and acceptance and love. It's an experience of belonging that fills my heart and my soul. I always come away from this time just really feeling deeply connected and deeply loved. Now, when I feel a sense of belonging, I feel seen, and I feel heard, and I feel accepted, and I know that people know who I am, and they care about me no matter what. And I am loved. And I feel so blessed that this is the experience that I feel when I am with my family, that I felt all last week, no matter what we were doing. But I also know that this is not the experience that everybody feels around visits with their family. Not everyone feels that deeply connected. Not everyone feels that experience of unconditional love. Some of us might belong to a family where we don't feel that. Or we might belong to a team at work where we don't feel like we're fully accepted by everybody else on the team. Now, on a human plane, we can often have ideas and beliefs and judgments that interfere with our sense of belonging and that really create resistance to feeling a part of something larger than ourselves. In order to create a sense of belonging, we have to be willing to look inside. We have to be willing to look at our own ideas and our deeply held beliefs and our judgments about those that we are trying to feel this sense of belonging with. As always, our experience is from the inside out. And so we have to take a look at that. Just like in order to feel accepted, we need to work on our acceptance of other people. The invitation is to look at all of the ways that we are alike rather than focusing on all of the ways that we are different, and then to honor, respect, and value both the similarities and the differences. And to really see how that would make a huge difference in your experience of feeling like you belong. On a spiritual plane, the truth is that we are connected to one another by something greater than group membership or political sides or ideology. We are connected by love. No matter how separated we think that we are by these human bodies or by the ideas and the beliefs that we have or don't have, we are one. We belong to each other in ways that can never be broken. We are all part of one indivisible whole. That is the truth of who we all are, no matter what. This oneness is a force in consciousness that transcends all cultures and all religions and all ideologies and all classes and all national barriers and any other thing we could think of that tries to separate us. And for that reason, I really believe that it's important for us to truly understand that the root of all war, all suffering, all conflict, all divisiveness, and all fear is a sense of separation. A sense of separation. This is the truth not only of our teaching, but the truth of many faith traditions throughout time. That the problem is our belief in a sense of separation. The divisions that exist between individuals or between families or between cultures or between religions or between nations is this idea of separation. It is the source of all strife. Brene Brown says, we're in a spiritual crisis. The key to building a true belonging practice is to maintain our belief in inextricable human connection. That connection, the spirit that flows between us and every other human in the world, is not something that can be broken. However, our belief in the connection is constantly tested and repeatedly severed. So the first thing that we're being asked to do is to remember that God is all that there is, that love is all that there is, that oneness is the truth of life itself, that we are one with the universe, one with the planet, one with every other living being, and one with God. That will never, ever change. our perception of it might feel like it's changing, but it never will change. When we remember this, when we live our lives from this awareness, then we will experience, each and every single one of us will experience transformation, individual transformation. And when each of us individually transforms, then that transformation will lead to global transformation. One person at a time. Not all communities, however, are created with this understanding. Not all communities are up to this task. Now, for me, the communities that draw my attention and that encourage me to belong to them are communities that I would call a divine community. Divine community is a group of people who individually and collectively, consciously choose to live their lives knowing that they are an integral part of a vital and sacred planet. Their fundamental thought is we are one. We are one. All beings, all things are one. We are inextricably, as Brene Brown said, linked one to another. And if that is the case, then there is no other. There are no enemies. All beings are expressions of the divine, more alike than we are different. The divine community is like water in the ocean. It's impossible to determine where one drop of water begins and another drop of water ends, because there is no true separation of the individualized expressions of the divine. No true division. No separation. The focus of the divine community is on a world greater than individual personalities, greater than the different families, the different religions, the different political divisions, or the different nations that make up the planet. Their focus is greater than the sensory world. Their focus is greater than the material world. They act not just for themselves, not just for the other beings that are living on the planet currently with us at this time, but also for future generations and for the planet Earth itself. The divine community recognizes that everyone and everything they see or experience, directly or indirectly, is part of their divine community. It is an inclusive community, a community that works for all, humans and non-humans alike. The divine community is a place of love and belonging. It's a place of where we get to be seen and heard. It's a place in which we are accepted and respected, a place in which we can bare our hearts and souls, dare to be vulnerable and not feel judged. It's a community in which we are loved no matter what. The divine community is a place where we can relax and not have to be something that we are not. We can open ourselves, or when we open ourselves to anyone in the divine community, we create a bond that is like nothing else in existence. And this bond creates an intimacy in which we can feel safe and secure. The divine community is a place where we can share all of who we are without limits. And if you can imagine that, can you think about how freeing that would be? A group of people that we love and that love us and provide a space of true friendship and intimacy and belonging that perhaps maybe our birth family does not. A place in which we find the respect that we absolutely need. The divine community knows who we are at our very core. They respect our essence. They accept that at any given moment in time, we are absolutely doing the very best that we are able to in that moment. And they value the inner work that we are doing to grow both emotionally and spiritually. They hold the truth for us when we are unable to do it. They affirm our wholeness, our wisdom, our creativity, our abundance, and our perfection. They wrap us up in compassion, nurture us, and encourage us to heal, to forgive ourselves and others, and to unconditionally love everyone, including ourselves. The divine community supports us to learn to loosen our grip that we have on our misplaced fears. It supports us when we realize that we do not need it offers practical, emotional, and spiritual support that we need. It can be a place of supportive interdependence, and it's characterized by open communication, by candor, by unconditional acceptance, by trust, and by loving accountability. Our divine communities are the people that know us deeply and intimately. They can see our blind spots when we are unable to see them, and they can gently and compassionately open our eyes to them, allowing us to heal them and to move beyond them as we continue to grow and evolve. They are the people who know our dreams and our aspirations. They know our potential, and they will not let us off the hook. They will call us on our craft and assist us to see when we are playing small, or when we're rationalizing our dreams and belittling them. They subtly or not so subtly can light a fire underneath us to move us towards our highest and best selves. In the divine community, we honor one in the other. In the divine community, we honor in the other the courage and the strength and the commitment it takes to let loose any old beliefs or ideas that no longer support our journey. In these safe environments, people have the freedom to be honest and to really grow and evolve. The people in our divine community are with us when we are at our best, and they're with us when we are at our worst. They push us out of our comfort zones and provide new approaches to doing things that we never thought about doing, perhaps. They see us, they support us, they encourage us, and they celebrate us. The bottom line is that the power of a divine community is due to its ability for each and every individual person to have his or her need for love and belonging met. His or her need for acceptance, respect, and value met. It's a place where everyone can be supported in a really loving way as they do the inner work to accept themselves, and an environment that actually assists every individual to actualize their potential. Now, the invitation is to remember that love is who we are, who and what we are at our very core, and to practice the presence in everything that we do. Bring that love into that community in the way that we individually do it. Be in communion with the God within and tap into that love that we are and allow it to flow through us and as us in every relationship, in every situation, in every circumstance. The invitation is to be in service to each other while we are actually being in service to love or in service to God. The invitation is to be the presence of God in every encounter within all of your communities, to let love, wisdom, joy, and peace lead the way. What would love do now? What would peace do now? Allow ourselves to receive support from the other people in the community, remembering that we cannot give what we're not willing to receive. The invitation is to live with a worldview that says that we were created to be God's ambassadors, to really be responsible to each other, to all of God's manifestations, and to the planet itself. Because the important thing to remember about that worldview is that it is a context out of which we are living, a context that determines what we do and how we do it. So when we have a context that says that we are connected in ways that can never be broken, and or a context that says that that we are here to be in service to each other, then that changes who we are and how we do things, how we're being in the world. The invitation is to reverently listen and to engage with what others are saying. It is the only way that we are going to be able to build up any kind of trust and lasting relationships. Along with actively listening, we have to remember that not everyone holds the same view that we have around any given topic. We have to be willing to acknowledge that the opinions and the ideas and the beliefs of others at least deserve to be listened to, at least deserve for us to be curious about, to ask questions about, so that we can better understand what it is that they are thinking and allow them the space to say it. The invitation is to contribute. Communities survive and thrive when everyone contributes. Be willing to serve the community. Say what it is that you're going to do, and then do that. The invitation is to live in the world without getting caught up in the drama. Do not take things personally. Be unbotherable. We're encouraged to not let anything take us away from our conscious awareness of our deep and abiding connection to one another. See beyond the veil of fear, beyond the fog and the confusion and the doubt and worry that sometimes plague us on this human journey, to the love that is behind it. And then choose to love as though your life and the life of the community depends upon it, because in truth it does. Today more than ever, as Brene Brown said, it is important that we live and move and have our being within the one global family, within the one divine community. Now, I believe that our community, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, is that kind of divine community. For me and many others that I've spoken with over the years, this community is a space of deep connection, a space of welcome, of support, and of belonging to one another in the most amazing ways. A way that allows us to really companion each other through all the highs and lows, through all the joys and sorrows of life, to be there for each other. I believe that here at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, there is a depth and a quality to our connection, but we have to nurture it. We have to be present. We have to show up. We have to be available and accountable. We have to be willing to give something in order to get something back. And when we do so, our community will constantly support us in ways that we maybe can't even imagine. The invitation is to let this place and the love that we declare for each other, for life and for spirit itself, to be the measure of a faith that is capable of revealing the one divine community. A faith that is able to go further together. A faith that is able to co-create a world that actually does work for everyone. Now, even though I didn't know what to call it or what it would look like, I believe that for the majority of my life, I have always wanted to belong to a community like that. Standing here now in front of all of you that are here at 4 Points, or all of you that have invited us into our home, there are no words to describe the joy and the gratitude that I feel. And so it is. So I invite you to turn within, to return to that center of our being, to that core that was described so beautifully by Petra earlier in her prayer. To know that that space and place is the truth of who we are. That it is that which connects us one to the other in ways that can never be broken. I know that it is the very essence of unconditional love, of peace, of joy, of creativity, of abundance, of freedom, and of grace. I know that it is everywhere at all times, in its fullness and in its wholeness, not a little bit of it over here and a little bit of it over here, or over here, and not over here. Everywhere, everywhere in its fullness and in its wholeness, there is only one thing ever going on here. And that is the power and the presence of God. Sometimes it might not always feel that way. But the truth is always the truth. And so behind that veil, behind the fog, behind the fear, behind the doubt, behind the worry, that sun is always shining. That light is always present, ready and willing to give us the kingdom of heaven on earth. Ready and willing to give us all that we need, not only to survive, but to thrive. That has already given us so much, including this ability to create. Knowing that we can lean into this power and presence that is greater than we are, and we can consciously use it to create a divine community that we love to be a part of. A divine community that is actually present and available for everyone. A divine community that allows us to be who and what we are at any given moment, knowing that we are always doing the very best that we can, that if we knew better in that moment, we would do better. A community that loves us through it all. That holds us to the highest and best idea of us, that knows that truth even when we are having trouble knowing it for ourselves. A community that grows and evolves together, supporting each other through the highs and the lows. And so I affirm for us today that this community is that community. That all we have to do is open our eyes and our hearts and our minds and allow it in. That belonging begins within us. And so I claim ease and grace for us, doing whatever it is that we need to do to open us up to truly belonging And I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes. That my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken. And so I speak them and I release them into that law with full expectation of their manifestation, letting go and letting God be God. I invite each of us to anchor this prayer for ourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is, and so it is. Amen. Thank you all so very much. It is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. This is the time every week when we offer our financial support to assist this community to continue to be a beacon of light and love for ourselves and for others. Together we affirm that today's offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and contributes to the experience of sufficiency in the world. There are a number of ways that you can give, and they're here on the screen. Visit our website at www.trianglecsl.org. Text the word GIVE using the following number, 919-230-8445, or mail your gift to our office at P.O. Box 4062, North Carolina 27519. In this moment, please place your hand over your heart with your gift or an intention for this community, and let's say our offering affirmation in a call and response. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. In an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. I give with gratitude, knowing God is my source. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you very much, ushers. And now please welcome back to his piano the amazing Sandy Hemingway.
So this is my newest song. I wrote it just in the last month or so. And I know I've shared parts of my journey these last few years. Well, pretty much everything that Dusty said about community for 55 years I had on a daily basis, and my life was wonderful. Because I had friends and my mom I could share anything with. They would call me on my crap. We did almost everything together. They invited me to bowl and to play ultimate frisbee and to go to sporting events, and we did role-playing games together, Dungeons and Dragons and other things, and life was wonderful. And in a span of 3 years, they were all gone. And so I was approaching 60 years old, and I'm starting over again. I had my entire daily around me community ripped away from me. And I know that I need to rebuild connections, but you can't build connections that were built over 30 years in a week, even if you know that's what needs to be done. And so that's where I'm at. And it's a process, and being able to share my music with all of you is part of that process, and it helps. But it's something. I know I'm on the journey, and I'm slowly coming back to myself. And this song is about having the faith to know that even when you're not quite there, that it's over the horizon. This is called Thank You for the Love That's Yet to Come. I'm so empty, adrift in space. try to move, but I can't leave. This shattered heart has clipped my wings. Someday I will see the rising sun. Thank you for the love that's yet to come. Thank you for the love that's yet to come. A grieving heart, a battle yet unwon. I miss my past and fear the future, though I know my search has just begun. Thank you for the love that's yet to come. I say a prayer of gratitude. I take on faith, I'll be renewed. Somewhere on my road I'll find someone. Thank you for the love that's yet to come. Thank you for the love that's yet to come. A grieving heart, a battle yet unwon. I miss my past and fear the future, though I know my search has just begun. Thank you for the love that's yet to come. And so I go in search of peace and hope these tears will one day cease. Waiting for the soul I'm meant to love. Thank you for the love that's yet to come. Thank you. Thank you.
Song. Thank you for the love that's here, and also thank you for the love that's yet to come. Thank you. If anyone would like a prayer, please go to our website at the trianglecsl.org. On the homepage, And there's a button on the upper right-hand corner. Click on the button and fill in the request form. We will get that prayer sent out to all the ministers and practitioners. If anyone would like to dedicate beautiful flowers to anyone for any reason, please contact Heather Abbott or Reverend Dusty at dustyrippelmeyer@yahoo.com or information@triangle.csl.org. There you go. And we've got a couple announcements to go through. Today, join us at 12:15 for our monthly birthday celebration lunch bunch. So with Lisa and everyone else with those December birthdays. Today we'll be going to Blaze Pizza at 1024 Market Center Drive, Morrisville, North Carolina. Yeah, that's going to be good. Mooresville, not Raleigh. Join us for the fellowship and great food so we celebrate all those birthdays in December. Tis the season for giving. Our TCSL community is once again accepting toy donations for the Marine Corps toys for the TOTS campaign until December 11th. Please feel free to drop off any toys at our Sunday service at the 4 Points by Sheraton, or we will gladly accept them, accept donations as well. Thank you in advance for your support. This is a save the date announcement for Saturday, December the 24th. We will be having a Christmas Eve candlelight service. The service will be here at 4 Points at Sheraton at 7 o'clock. Both Karen Daly and Cindy Johnson will be there to share their gift of music. We'll have a dessert potluck to follow the service. Come for the sacred candlelight service and stay for the fellowship. There's also another save the date for New Year's Eve celebration on Saturday, December 31st. Join us as we look at the spiritual practice of letting go and express our willingness to do so at our annual burning bowl ritual. The service will be also here at 4 Points by Sheraton at 7. Then join us on Sunday, January 1st for our New Year Day service, followed by visioning and the creation of your own vision boards for 2023. Please RSVP to that so that we can have the right amount of supplies. If you have any extra old magazines lying around your home, please bring those as well. In the comfort of your own home, everyone, please stand, and we will get ready for our December affirmation for the first time. For those here, you also have them in your seat and up here as well. This is a call and response, so please repeat it after me with meaning and love and passion. Today, I choose to embody belonging. Today, I choose to embody belonging. In doing so, I acknowledge my unique gifts and prepare myself to share them in service to a bigger idea. In doing so, I acknowledge my unique gifts and prepare myself to share them in service to a bigger idea. I also prepare to see and acknowledge the gifts of all those around me. I also prepare to see and acknowledge the gifts of those around me. When I choose to embody belonging, my actions set into motion the conscious creation of community. When I choose to embody belonging, my actions set into motion the conscious creation of community. When I'm consciously in community, I co-create an inviting space where not only the individual but the community flourishes. When I am consciously in community, I co-create an inviting space where not only the individual but all community flourishes. When I enter into community with those around me, a richer experience of life awaits us all. When I enter into community with those around me, a richer experience of life awaits for us all. When I am actively in my communities, I invite others to do the same. When I am actively in my communities, I invite others to do the same. And we co-create a world that works for everyone. And we co-create a world that works for everyone. And so it is. And then please be seated. And we get to do a benediction. Close your outer eyes once again and turn to that loving presence that is always there. It is who and what we all truly are. This connection goes with us everywhere. So I am so grateful for everyone here today, for Reverend Dusty's amazing presence, her connection, her vulnerability, and her truth. to the belonging of community and the importance of community for all of us. I'm so grateful for Sandy for opening his heart and his talent and his music, that we all may be inspired as well. I am grateful for the people that were here to prepare the space. Grateful for Eileen and Lisa for assistance up here on the podium with the celebration of all faiths. I am grateful for you at home, and I'm grateful for everyone here. And so in this space of recognition of the truth, gratitude is one of those truths that is always with us. And I encourage all ways for us to turn to truth and gratitude. We release this into the universe and we say, and so it is. And so it is.
Thank you all so very much. If you please stand, we'll do our closing congregational song, and the words are on your chairs. It's a new song today. Not a new song, one you've known, but just new that we haven't been singing it for a while. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude all in me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Whoa, thank you everybody, you did a good job. Sorry. Ava was at home trying to deal with this, so I don't know why he's not playing, but thank you all, you did great. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining us from your homes. I love you all. Have a great week.